Gotta rank 'em all, Pokémon.
Welcome to Spelunkers, a place for exploring video games and nerd culture. I'm Ryan, and this is Gotta Rank 'em All, the Pokemon ranking show, where Chris...
This first one's ugly. I'm Chris. Sorry.
We're not even at the ranking yet, Chris.
I'm sorry, I have to look at his face for so long.
Every other week, get a list of 10 random Pokemon and a guest, and put them in the most officially arbitrary list of all time. Lovely first-time guest, very excited this week. The saucy Aussie himself, Steven.
How you going, lads? I'm very excited to be here.
We're so glad we could make the scheduling work.
Hell yeah.
So I know you've listened to the show before. You're a big Pokemon fan. If anyone's ever listened to GGD, they've heard you talk about Pokemon before. Why don't you give our listeners a little bit of your background with Pokemon? You know, where you've been, where you come from.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So started on my Game Boy Pocket. Was my first Game Boy, blue Game Boy Pocket. Had the AC adapter, so I didn't have to worry about batteries after a while, which was really dope. And yeah, so my first game on my Game Boy Pocket was Pokemon Blue. So absolutely destroyed that as a kid. Went to school, traded on the link cable. You know, got 150, no drums, and had a blast. Obviously, missing no, and talks about like, you know, moving the truck at the SSN and stuff, all that good stuff. I bought someone's OG Game Boy and Pokemon Gold together for like $50 from someone, and then so played through that, and then that was kind of it. It was kind of at the end of primary school into high school, and didn't have a Game Boy Advance, and so pretty much didn't play Pokemon until after school. We just started to get back into it. We just started literally in year 12. We started playing Pokemon again, like Red and Blue. We just started playing again, and then yeah, picked up a used DS Lite. And what game did I pick up? I don't think I just picked up a DS Lite just to play, you know, whatever games. And then Heart Gold Soul Silver got announced, and that was like, oh god, this is such a good game. Like, and played that at university. I remember like literally going for walks just to get my Poker Walker going again. Like it was just a magical time. And then again I fell off until I was at an EB Games and saw, you know, they just give away like GamePad stuff, the shiny Pokemon and all the mythicals. I saw Mega Gengar, and it was white. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, oh, it's Mega Gengar. And I'm like, that is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. like what games for X? And I'm like, oh man, I don't have a 3DS. Okay, how much is it? Like, how much does he use 3DS? And so I picked up a 3DS, and then like within like weeks, I picked up an extra like 3DS, like to trade myself, and just got way back into it. And then started going back down the line, Black and White, got all of the DS games eventually over time, and but yeah, like X got me really back into it. I absolutely love X, even though it's super easy and everyone hates it and stuff like that. I love it. Greninja, obviously, your number one, so that's pretty obvious. And then yeah, so pretty much on and on. I've been on the train since then. I've done complete living dexes at different times. I stopped at Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon because I didn't buy that. I'm not spending freaking $100 or $80 or whatever it is Australian for freaking 2 Pokemon. Like, fuck that. Like, it's not happening. And then yeah, so then that was pretty much the end of my living dexes. Then I got another one, obviously, just your normal local dex at what do you call it? Arceus this year. So yeah.
What are your thoughts? Okay, so Chris and I, Chris, we haven't talked about it in a while. Our opinions, I think, are still the same, that Arceus is the best Pokemon game. Yeah.
It's absurd.
It's definitely top 3 for me. I can't get past, obviously, it's impossible to get past nostalgia. So like
Yeah.
Red Blue will always live on. I don't care about the jank. It's hilarious that Ghost does nothing against Psychic and just like all the stupidity, like how speed determines crits and all that dumb stuff from Gen 1, but I just love it. And then obviously Heart Gold Soul Silver is that's a phenomenal game. An absolutely phenomenal game. Like, like if it ran well, Arceus would be a number one easily with a bullet. Like,
yeah. No, that's fair. I don't think it's my favorite Pokemon, but I do think it's the best one.
It's the best paced. Especially after 25 years of walking the same route. Yeah.
The change-ups were drastically needed for the older part of the fan base.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we know Steven's history. He's going to make some fantastic decisions here. Steer Chris and I right on this list where we've gone so wrong. Our first up to rank tonight is Alolan Persian.
I took a leaf out of someone else's book that had already sort of pre-baked some positions, and obviously, like, everyone can look at Alolan Persian and you're not walking home happy, really. There was some possibility with Meowth. It was like, okay, this could be something. It's dark type. Doesn't really look dark. It looks sort of like slightly mischievous, but not really dark. So for me, it's probably like pretty low on the list. Maybe, let's say, just above Shuckle, probably. Is that like where you'd see it? Like,
Yeah, well. Oh, that's right. Shuckle's in the top 3. I didn't do top 3. Yeah, so that's right. Let's get it in real quick while Chris stews on that question. Greninja, Lugia, Shuckle, top 3, way down. Oh, God, it's so far to scroll. Very bottom of the list. Jinx at 915. My goodness. Gumshoes at 914. Yungoos at 913. 455, 57 is about half there. Which is Gigantamax, Centiskorch, 458's Rhyhorn, 459 Swablu. Pretty good middle. It's pretty good middle. And our number 100 bouncer is Victini.
So I know, like, I'm just gonna pile on the hate just a little bit more on Chuckle. It's all jokes. I did know where it was positioned, but this is my headcanon. Okay, so Gold goes and meets Red, right, and fights it out. Has this epic battle against level 80 Pokemon, right? Yeah. Afterwards, is like, man, I'd love to hear your story. Like, in my headcanon, he doesn't just leave. He doesn't just escape rope out. And they have a chat and they're talking about, like, oh yeah, man, I did this and I became Pokemon Master and freaking took down Team Rocket. And it's like, oh man, I took down Team Rocket as well. It's like, oh cool, like, and like, man, like that Lapras, that's an amazing Pokemon. It's like, yeah, man, like this person, like, in Silphco, like, gave it to me because he thought, like, he could trust me with it because, like, it was endangered and, like, he needed someone he could trust. It's like, oh man, I had the same thing happen to me. It's like, oh yeah, cool. Did you get like a mythical, like, Nessie from the Loch Ness? It's like, complete. And it's like, no, I got this rock with like an alien poking out of it. Ah, cool.
Now you smack it with every Pokemon you have and it will take 1 damage.
I knew the jokes were going to come because immediately Steven, when we were scheduling this up, was like, so Shuckle.
It is absolutely stupid. Like, on my Nuzlocke just the other day, I was playing and I went down and I picked up the Shuckle and I'm like, can I use this? I'm like, oh no, I can't nickname it, so I technically can't use it. But yeah, I just looked at the stats and it's just like instantly at whatever level it comes at, level 20 or 15 or whatever it is, it already has 120 special defense and 120 like defense. It's just so broken.
Yeah,
tank every hit.
It's the third best Pokemon. If this was if there was any other co-host on this besides me, it would be like 400 and something. I understand that. 700 and something maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So all of that joking aside, I had a LOL in version around the 816 mark. I'd give it a 5 out of 10 in looks. It does nothing for me. Its head is really annoying. And
yeah.
It doesn't even have the charm of Garfield. It's just like,
Yeah, definitely. It's too bland of a color palette from original Persian, which, I mean, that's a Gen 1 Pokemon. It's not like they had the best color palettes in Gen 1.
Yeah.
This just feels flat.
Yeah. Like you said, the like round face. I just don't like it. I just don't like anything about it. So we're looking in the 800s. I'm pretty happy about that. At 816 right now is Ambipom. This thing might be better than Ambipom, but not by much.
Yeah, I don't hate looking at this. Like, I really don't want to look at Ambipom. Like,
I've got a bone to pick with you, because I thought, based on the sprite, like how the sprite sits in Sword and Shield, I said, oh my god, if Toxel was a starter Pokemon, that would be the number one. And then you said it had a Napion, and I looked at other sprites where it's standing up, and I've got to search and find, like, Where's Wally Pokemon book for my daughter who's just about to turn 3. And I said, the purple little Pokemon. And she's like, it's wearing a nappy. I'm like, no.
That's what we're here to ruin good Pokemon. That's what we're here to do. Yeah, I mean, I really do think this is a great spot, honestly, for a Alolan Persian.
Yeah, let's put it right above Ambipom.
Steven coming in here, first episode, already reading our minds. With early picks, a new 816 for Alolan Persian. You guys never in a million years going to guess where the name Persian comes from.
Cyan, so like blue, obviously.
Persian cats. Could also be related to purr, the onomatopoeia for, cat sounds. That's about it. It's fine. Let's see if we've got any more exciting ranks up. Next contestant is Vivillon, which I pronounced Vivillon for a very long time.
Oh, is it not? I've always said Vivillon as well. Okay.
Well, there's no I, right? There's no second I after the L's.
This Pokemon just became much worse in my eyes.
Or you've got to be like Vivillon, like the L's are that Y sound.
Yeah. Is this from the French region?
Well,
I don't remember.
Papillon is Papillon is also a butterfly or moth or whatever. It's also a movie with the guy from The Great Escape. I can't remember his name.
Wrestling the wrong people for movie. Chris and I don't believe in them.
Yeah. I think this is a great idea, Pokemon. I appreciate, ever since like Gen 3, all of the Pokemon that are like, hey, we're super unique and have unique like color palettes and stuff depending on region, or like, it's unfortunately it's pretty basic. But some of the colorways are pretty cool, like Snow White and stuff like that. So I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's definitely not pushing into the upper extremities, because it's a cool idea, but it's a quite basic looking. Obviously, if they came and did the same thing with Butterfree, and we just have so much, nostalgia for Butterfree, we would be like, oh my god, that's such a cool idea. If they had have just done this in the Alolan versions or something like that, we would have loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's fine. It doesn't do anything to stand out from the myriad other butterfly moth Pokemon we have, my opinion.
Yeah. I do like the kind of pixel design on its wings and its eyes. I think that's slightly unique and fun. And like you said, it has all the different colors, which are cool. Especially in new Pokemon Snap, you can find like a bunch of those variations to take pictures of. Although it is upsetting the Pokemon that have different like variations like that. It doesn't save them in a separate page or anything. You're just kind of like deleting your old pictures when you take pictures of the new ones.
They also need like the Smash Ultimate, like with your whatever they call them, the shadow versions. Like they need that on the Pokédex, so it's just like easy to know when you've got all the versions. Because obviously they do it with like unknown. They have the unknown alphabet and stuff.
Yeah, so they should be able to figure that out. I didn't realize just how many colors there were.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, Vivian.
I had it tentatively around 416, but now like that we know that halfway is like 450, could be a bit lower, I guess.
There's 416. Bisharp, Net2, Yanma.
I think it was because of the Natu, the Natu that I was like, oh yeah, that's such a basic.
I can see why though, because they're both kind of like colorful flying mons. Like I can see the connection to draw between them.
Yeah, I do think I like this more than Natu, more than Yanma. I think we're in a good area. I think I like it more than Vibrava.
This is above Poltegeist, Chris.
That's true. That was a mistake, though. We can fix that later. Yeah, which is also above Dragapult and Esper. Okay, maybe we go down there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of. I'm sure there's lots of missed mistakes.
So many. Don't get me started on Crobat.
Please don't get him started. I'm happy, like right below Esper, above Shogun, Komala.
Yeah, that sounds above Shogun for sure.
Ryan, objection.
I'm okay with it. I looked down and saw Vespa Queen down there at 434, but it's not like I've got a whole lot of love for Vespa Queen. So Vivian, a new 427. That is definitely how it's supposed to be pronounced. In the Japanese, it's a Y, not two L's, and they pull from Papillon for French for butterfly. So that's definitely where they're going with for the pronunciation. How dare they? Uh-oh. Did my Discord freeze?
And this one was from X and Y, which was the French map?
Correct.
Right? Yeah. That's good. I like how much more they're trying with that sort of stuff, especially like, we've already seen it with this Spanish flavored Gen 9 and stuff, but they really have started trying more. Like it was hilarious though with the with Alola, how we had Kamala, like just a koala just in. So, Islanders, Oceania.
All right, so Vivian, a new 427. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Next up, we've got Weird Deer.
Look at this guy. This was the first Pokemon we saw, right? That was new in trailers.
That sounds right. Yeah. I like the design. I'm glad that Stantler gets an evolution finally after all these years. But normal Psychic.
Yeah, that's funny because it's like you've already got Girafarig. I think, as weird as it sounds, like Girafarig's more interesting design, but I think this is cooler. Like, and obviously, it has this majesty in the game. It's your first mount. It's useful throughout, and that's probably one thing to say about the design of Arceus is the fact of like jump in the water, switch to Gyarados, or not Gyarados. It looks like Gyarados, but it's not. It's
Basculegion.
Whatever. Basculegion. Jump out straight back to Weird Ear. Never use the bear one because it's too slow. you know, that sort of thing. Except for when I needed to get the 100%, which sucked.
Oh yeah, the spirit things that you're talking about. Those were.
Yeah.
We don't talk about those. I like Weirder though. I used it for a while. I ended up trading it out for another psychic type. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, I mean, normal psychic, normal anything is a bad type unless it's normal ghost, which is only one of. It's very cool. I think that's probably what I switched him out for. Is a work. But I do like the design. And yeah,
I guess
like
on psychic it does take away the ghost.
From psychic, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then fighting isn't super effective because of psychic, so yeah, it's decent. But yeah, I'm glad that Stantler finally got an evolution, but I'm sad that we might never see it again. Like, I'm still very curious what they're going to do if they put Stantler in the new game, for example. Can it evolve into Weirdeer? Because Weirdeer's extinct, I guess, right? That's why he's only in the ancient timeline or whatever. I don't know. We'll see.
I probably, when I first looked at it and I gave it a rating, I might have bumped it up a bit too high. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And so that sort of pushed it into the 300 range. I actually had it at 301, but it might be a little bit high because now that I'm looking at it for longer, I'm like, it's a little bit basic. I never actually used it. I just used it as a mount, but it was an important mount and it was good and fun to use. So I guess that's why I had it so high.
Yeah, I think it does get points for being a mount as well. Yeah.
The shiny of this is just a yellow snow joke is the only thing. It's like it's the same Pokemon just with a yellow tint to it.
Nice.
And it's like it's the winter deer. It's
That's funny.
I'm sure that's not what Game Freak was going for, but that was the first thing that popped into my head when I saw that shiny. It was just someone peed on that weird deer.
And who better to pee on Weirdeer than Combuskin? I say. At 328.
Goodness. Are we thinking above or below Combuskin?
I think above.
Yeah, I think I agree. Steelix is right there. Onyx, Kecleon. Do we go higher?
Nah, it has to be below Steelix. Steelix is dope.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It explains the shiny for Weirdeer perfectly. I love it. A new 328 for Weirdeer. The English name origins. Yeah, I mean,
it's got weird ears.
Do you have a guess? It's a weird deer.
Wow.
And also possibly the word weird, WYRD, which is this just
also weird.
It's a concept in Anglo-Saxon culture roughly corresponding to fate or personal destiny.
That's kind of cool.
Okay. I really like the Japanese name origins though. So Japanese name for this is Ayashishi, which may be a combination of Ayashi, strange, and Shishiodoshi, a Japanese device traditionally used to scare deer and birds away from gardens. So this is basically a scarecrow.
Interesting.
All right, Weird Deer, thank you very much for your services. Next up, we've got Beartic, which I never understood why this Pokemon needed such a
pronounced
so much. Yeah.
I obviously because you only look at the back of it, I never noticed it until like when I was looking up the Pokemon to rank, and I think this says a lot about. No offense, a lot of people's favorite Gen 5 is the Pokemon game is weak. As in the art, I think of Gen 5 is some of the weakest. It has a small head and it really bothers me.
Head is really tiny. Yeah, I do enjoy a lot of Gen 5, but I think the designs are kind of half and half. You've got some good stuff in there, but you got a lot of bland and unforgettable or just bad stuff.
This was in my main. This is my ice type that I used. and like I thought it was one of the best ones that I had in that game. And looking at it now, I'm like, oh, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I had a 452 was my ranking of this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the ice beard thing he's got going on, but that's about the only interesting thing.
It's funny because it's like it's cooler than obviously Cubchoo's. It's not ice, but at the same time, Cubchoo's just cuter, and
Yeah. You want to cuddle that Cubchoo and get him a tissue.
Yeah.
Not in that order though. Opposite order.
You
said around 450.
452 is Quilladin.
Ooh, I said we go above Quilladin, push him down towards the middle where he belongs.
Also, when I did my rankings, it was probably like a few weeks ago, so I don't know if it's updated a bit. So
maybe.
Yeah, I like this more than Guzzlord.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it though. Probably less than Corefish. I like Corefish.
Corefish is a good lobster. Lobster, crab, crustacean.
Crustacean. Yeah, let's just go with that.
Yeah, I can put Beartick above Guzzlord of all
just
of all names.
I like UBs are just they're so that again that is like the Gen 5 design of all their legendaries. Like it's just bad.
Yep. All right, Beartick, a new 451. Oh, Beartick may be a combination of bear and Arctic.
Oh, that can't be right.
And Arctic means bear.
It's because he's bearing his dick. Look at the bush.
Yeah, Arctic itself derives from ancient Greek for bear. Oh, okay.
That's why Antarctic means there's no bears.
Perfect sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. The Japanese name is Tunbear. Tundra and bear.
Bush bear.
All right.
And that's why this video is sponsored by the Lawnmower 4.0.
Oh, man. Yeah. We really need to get one of those sent over to Beartick's place. Tame your bush, Beartick.
I don't know. He's going to cut off a lot more than just the hair with those big old paws. He doesn't have much control, I don't think.
Who would be the best hairdressing Pokemon we can send over to Beartick's place?
To shave Beartick's crotch?
Yeah.
Serena, it looks like a hairdresser.
Perfect.
Fair.
All right, just no ice moves on the grass Pokemon, Beartick. Next up, we've got Pelipper. Who doesn't like pelicans? That like the back of his mouth goes all the way to his ass, all the way.
It's true.
Wow.
I mean, water flying is just the worst typing I can imagine. I don't care for it at all. I never even attempted to use it because it's just like, okay, that's weak against a ton of things. It's not really very effective against anything. I'm not interested.
Yeah. I could see this going literally anywhere, but up in the top 300. I don't know. The shinies, is it green colorway? I think it is, and it's kind of nice-ish. But it's nothing. I literally only spite put it above Beartick in my rankings just because I was like, it's a 7 as well. Like it could be a 6 when I look at it now. Now that you say its gullet goes all the way back to its ass. Like, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I could literally put it at 700 or at 450. Like I don't. Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's the right range, I think. Yeah, the shiny, the blue is just like a nice bright green, which is fine.
Do we like this more or less than Winkle? It's pre-evolution.
Ooh.
I think I like him more. It has more character. Like Wingull's just still it's a bit too bland.
Wingle's mouth and ass still two very separate entities, though.
Yeah, but you have to remember that you can actually there is like there are taste buds in the anus. So like there's they'll try to say something just like heaps. Yeah,
that's a fair point. Fair point. No, I do think it's a better design, and I like between seagulls and pelicans, I'd much rather have a pelican than a seagull.
That's true. I like the eye.
Sure.
That's about it. That's about all I have is I like the eye design.
You like the eye.
Like the eye, the
Looks
tiger,
like someone's
pelican or whatever.
put their boot in the snow. Is the eye.
Yes, exactly. Kind of looks like the Smash logo. They could totally add him to Smash just to use that eye.
See, that yeah, that would be a top 10 Pokemon then if it.
I'm looking in the range of where Wingull is, which is 648, and we've also got like Swanna down there.
Yeah,
Trumbeak.
One thing I'd say, even if Swanna looks better, I would put it above Swanna because like it just encourages the Pokemon company to make more boring ducks and birds. Like it's just you got to stop. Like I get it. Oh, this is like a real bird. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Like that's cool. But it's Pokemon where you have dragons and shit, like and trash bags. Like what?
And also bird. Just another bird.
Yeah. I'd go above Swanna. I'll go Bifinion at 639. Luminion 637, sorry.
I think Luminion is better. It's still a fish, but it's a nice looking fish.
It's fair. It's got a good color palette. I can put this above Watchog. That thing terrifies me.
Yeah, I'm okay going below Luminion there.
All right, perfect. Pelipper, a new 638. Oh, okay. All right. Pelipper may be a combination of any guesses?
The Big Dipper and a Peloton bike.
I like it. I'm gonna say Pelican Pepper.
Pelican Pepper. A combination of Pelican and Skipper, as in boat captain, Flipper, or possibly Propeller.
That was a stretch.
That one is a stretch.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Flipper's like the more obvious one. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I like the idea of a captain pelican of a boat just leading his crew of Wingulls. Just it's a good image. They should do that as an episode for the anime if they haven't already. Well, thank you, Pelipper, but we've got some more contestants to get to. A personal favorite coming up here. We've got Ribombee.
A personal favorite, really? Is this not a troll?
Not a troll. This is probably like a top 25-ish Pokemon for me. Maybe top 50, somewhere in that range. I love Ribombee.
Look, Ryan was a horny teenager when he played the game. He fell in love.
Well, this was Alola, wasn't it?
This was Alola. I remember running into Cutie Fly and catching it because it's like, oh, I'm going to catch some of the new ones and see what types they are, figure out what I want to make my team. Yeah. And I have recently, I was never a Bug fan in the early games because Bugs just didn't really have a good move set. They weren't very effective in combat. But around Gen 5, I fell in love with Bugs, starting with Galvantula, and a Bug type has been a mainstay on my team ever since. And when I saw Bug Fairy, I'm like, that's it. This is perfect. I'll finally force myself to learn what the fuck Fairy does. I still don't remember entirely.
You can.
Yeah. I definitely I try and make a rule in the newer stuff because obviously whenever I would play any Pokemon, it would be like, get me an Abra, get me a freaking Haunter, you know what I mean? And just play my favorites kind of thing. And then I was like, no, I need to start appreciating more Pokemon. So just whenever I play a new gen, it's always catch the new Pokemon first, try to use them, and move on afterwards if I need to. So I definitely picked up Cutie Flight, Bug Fairy, interesting. Pokemon sucks.
Demolished its way through the game for me. It's
really?
It's cemented itself. I mean, it's got a 124 speed and a 95 special attack. So if you just feed it a few extra, what's the one that boosts special attack? But the Carbos does speed.
You just go do. You go do the missing no glitch, and then you get infinite money, and then you buy all of it, and you don't have to think about what it does.
But yeah, no, I mean, it walloped a lot of trainers. It became a real mainstay on my team, and I've loved them ever since.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not going to try to put it in the top 100. I get I'm the mad one here. I just don't want this to get thrown to the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
What's
just because it's a little bug.
I'll say I like the scarf, you know, or like whatever, like the mantle. I guess it's sort of more wearing a mantle. Kind of got some tails. Like it's got some tails like Pangoro. I do love Pangoro and his tux, you know. So I can see the respect there.
I like the design on its wings. Looks like brass knuckles.
So it's got a dark side, you know. But yeah, I initially had it around the 660 mark. But if there's a good enough argument, I'm willing to hear it. I definitely used it. So there's that.
Strong typing, you know, Bug. You've got advantage on grass, dark, psychic. Fairy also gives you advantage on dark, but now you've also got advantage on dragon. You don't really lose any extra. In fact, I think it takes away a fire weakness from Bug because Fairy is resistant to fire hammer and makes fire natural.
Just a normal one time. Pool is probably that's usually where I fall off. It's like I think it would have had Bug Buzz maybe.
It has Bug Buzz at 56, Dazzling Gleam, which is a 80 power special fairy move that just wallops. Draining Kiss to keep some restore your own health a little bit. And I think I threw on like Psychic or something as a psychic move. Yeah, I probably threw Psychic on there as the fourth slot. So it was a great moveset.
I probably kept this through the game. I can't remember exactly because I definitely had an whatever the punching crab turned into, which I hated the design of, but
yeah, Crabballer's great. Crabominable.
Yeah, it does. It just no good. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to let it rise a bit now.
All right. Well, speaking of Crabballer, I see Crabballer at 310. I do think Crabballer is a better design than Rabambi, so I think we can stay below that.
Definitely.
Okay. So somewhere between 310, 606 is where Cutie Fly is, which I can agree we can go above Cutie Fly.
Yeah, for sure. What was is Butterfree higher than that, or because I'd say it's got to be below Butterfree.
I'm pretty sure where Butterfree stands on this podcast.
Oh no, Butterfree's a 486.
What? We've got to fix that. Oh wait, where's Gigantamax Butterfree?
Yeah, Gigantamax Butterfree's at 201.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm thinking.
So as long as it's below that, we're all good.
And I don't even know that it gets quite as high as Crabballer because I see like Skarmory below that. I know Chris is a big fan, and I get it. Steelix below that we just ranked. Where did Spoink at 343? I think Spoink's a good comparison. They're both these kind of like small, adorable little Pokemon.
I could go this above Spoink. To be honest, I'm not a Spoink fan. It also it just has too much teenage illusions. The word is just a bit too close.
Now I feel like we shouldn't have put Spoink and Combuskin that close together. I'd be okay with between Spoink and Cubchoo.
Yeah, I think it's under Cubchoo. Yeah.
I'd put it much lower, but I'll live.
Yeah. I know.
Chuckles at number 3, Chris.
So that's the thing. Like I'm hearing out the argument, and like yes, it's fairly basic design. I don't know what the shiny looks like, so hopefully
I think the yellow's pink.
there. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Now when the scarf gets like rose red, like a deeper red scarf, it's a good shiny.
Yeah, I can get under that.
Don't look, Ryan. Don't go shiny hunting now.
Man, that when I got a Vikavolt shiny, that was the best day ever.
My God, see, I remember wanting to use a Vikavolt and then getting one and being kind of disappointed, but the design's great.
The design is just insane. But then I think I started a new run and then started another new run and I lost it because I put it onto that team. Just went, oh, where'd my shiny go? Like, oh shit.
Ribombee may be a combination. Any guesses?
I don't even know.
Ribbon and bee.
That's 2 of the 3 things. Yes. Ribbon, bee, and Bombilidae, which I think is probably the scientific name. It's the family of flies that are bee flies and humble flies. It's the general family name for where bees live. Bombilidae. I'm probably terribly mispronouncing that. I can't speak Latin. All right, though. Ribombee, new 343. I love you. Don't change a damn thing. Don't listen to the haters. All right. You're perfect the way you are.
Make sure you're shiny.
Ryan will call you later.
Next up, we've got Munchlax. Hey, wait. They made me into a Pokemon again?
All right. This, not to like spoil the rest of the episode, but like I think this is our high point where the cuteness is going to pay off.
Yeah, I like Munchlax a lot.
Yeah.
It's just jolly. Obviously, baby Pokemon are not pointless, the whole egg move thing and all that sort of stuff, whatever. I don't care. I'm not competitive. But it's cute as hell. I personally think it's a 9 out of 10 in design. I think it's awesome. It's a great design. I had it at, I said 199 fits or 202. Like this was before, so because there's some babies around there, so the numbering might have changed, so it might be around 201 or something like that. Or 205 or something. There's some babies around there.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got a Pichu in that area, Dratini, who isn't like the classical definition of a baby, but is definitely like the baby of that line. These Pokedex entries, we haven't always lately. The last good handful of episodes, Pokedex entries have been on or off, but it wolfs down its weight in food once a day, swallowing food whole with almost no chewing. It hides food under its long body hair. However, it forgets that it has hidden this food.
Nice.
Which has some terrible implications for how Munchlax smells.
Interesting. Did you guys see, I believe it was for Legends Arceus, there was like a chain of commercials that was like Munchlax on cooking shows or something like that. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I don't know if I saw the Munchlax one. I know it existed. I saw the one that was
Basque Legion.
The Basque Legion. Yeah.
Another thing that I just love about the design, it looks like it's like almost wearing like a robber's mask or something. Has like ears like a shoe from Dragon Ball. Like it's just it's just got a lot of good vibes.
Yeah, and I believe, gosh, I don't remember who's traveling with Ash in Gen 4, but I believe she had one in the anime, and it ate things all the time, and it was great.
Munchlax shares something with Shuckle.
What? They can't.
What
One of them sucks.
Munchlax, along with Shuckle and Pyukumuku, have the lowest base speed stat of all Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
Oh, does this guy have 8 billion defense to make up for it, though?
Not defense, but health. I mean, 135 HP stat as a baby Pokemon. That is
high for a baby.
Tanky.
So where are we looking? I know you said around basically 200 around Pichu. I think I like it more than Pichu.
Yeah, I didn't want to overstep the bounds and push it too high. I think that was sort of where I saw it, somewhere around there, but I didn't want to go too much higher just in case it was stepping on too many toes. Because I like it. Obviously, I'm never going to use it. I just catch one and box it. But
I'm going to throw out a name. You tell me what you think. Snubble 132.
Wow, that's high. Why is that so high? What the hell? Okay, I would definitely put it above Snubble, but I would never have Snubble at 132.
I'm trying to remember. Was that Skelly?
I don't remember.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. What is this list that we've made, Chris? How many weeks have we been
It's
doing this?
perfect. What it is.
You're right.
That is why you say it is the most arbitrary list.
Officially arbitrary list. It's so arbitrary, it's official.
Just man, that makes me think about the Pokemon that I brought and how I should put it above Snubble now. Oh god.
Yeah, Snubble's a weird one in there, but we've also got like right below that Scrafty, Sneasel, Glaceon, Jolteon, Ho-Oh, Sudowoodo, all really great Pokemon. Snubble's cute.
Sneasel's good. I think Scrafty sounds a little high. Like a Pokemon that's just pulling up their pants
it's great.
That's the best. You just described why it's great.
Dark.
And yet you don't like a Pokemon wearing a diaper. Like I see what's happening here.
Grow up.
You like the teenage zit phase.
I just don't want to fight babies. No, that's fair. That's fair. I just saw Snubble up there. I'm like, oh, it's a similar vibe.
Yeah. I would definitely put it above Snubble, but obviously if like Glaceon's obviously very cool design. I didn't realize how high is Glaceon, because that also adjusts what I'm about to say.
Glaceon's 135.
Okay, cool. All right. Sweet.
This is acceptable.
I stopped at a Haxorus at 191, above Drampa at 192.
I love Haxorus. I think you were paying it out like in some of the episode, and I was like, no, that's so dope. It's got an axe for a head.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing. Somebody was saying it was bad. I don't remember who.
Machamp? Above Machamp?
I don't care much for Machamp, so.
But get double the hugs.
True.
Double the back-breaking hugs.
I would just put it under, but you could put it above and I wouldn't be mad. Machamp.
If you both want to go under Machamp, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I'd feel better with Munchlax right there between Machamp and Gigantamax Colossal at 195. Munchlax, you are adorable, and you are me incarnate as a Pokemon, hiding food under your hair and forgetting about it. That's I do it every day. That's why I try to keep my hair short.
now I see Machamp cuddling Munchlax next to this volcano of Colossal. Yeah.
Just stealing food from under its fur. Free third hand.
And Munchlax is a combination of Munch and Miralax, right?
Of course.
X-Lax?
Yeah, X-Lax.
You can't keep getting away with this, Game Freak. All right. Munchlax may be a combination of Munch and Lax, Relax, or Snorlax. How dare you use a Pokemon name to find another Pokemon name? Terrible. All right. Next up, we've got Enamorous.
Good God.
Yeah, Yeah.
Probably the worst new Pokemon in Arceus.
Not only the worst new Pokemon, but whoever thought that they would bring back the Aurus Pokemon which are terrible in design anyway. Like literally like such an upsetting gift. Like I just when I was doing my Nuzlocke, I had like Raikou show up and I'm like, oh my god, how cool is that? Like you have these like roaming Pokemon. In like Gen 5 when these show, it's just like, oh my god, how hideous are these Pokemon? What the hell? I did not want this.
Yeah, also oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I don't think the Therian form is absolutely terrible. The little turtle version's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But the incarnate form really just makes me think terrible thoughts. Just terrible in the gutter thoughts.
It's not even close to like the thing is, it's got love hearts on it and it doesn't look at all. There's no fan service there. It's like the opposite of fan service. Like
yeah,
there's no low punny. It's no Gardevoir. Like
it looks like a really bad Dragon Ball villain. The worst designed Dragon Ball villain.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
This is Cupid if Cupid came from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also like the worst Pokemon to have to catch in that game as well. Running around in the freaking mud fields and gotta whack it with a bunch of Pokeballs.
The amount of stuns that you have to do on it, it's annoying. I gave that's a solid 5 out of 10, probably more like a 4 out of 10 in design. I had it around the 750 mark. Like it's upsetting, but all of the Aurus, Pokemon are upsetting to me.
Yeah,
the other Aurus Pokemon. We've ranked a couple at least.
Yeah, we have Thundurus.
I think at the time of my numbers, it was around one of them, maybe. So maybe 755-ish or something like that.
We have Thundurus at 681 and Landorus at 763. And this is worse than all of the other Russes.
Worse. So I'd put it below, Landorus then, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, this is like approaching Bruxish territory for me.
Yeah, the lips, they're definitely offensive. Yeah.
Oh, why'd you have to draw me to the lips, Steven?
Oh, it's just it's pretty horrifying. But you are right. It's got like it definitely has like Garlic Jr.'s side like character, like lieutenant, like.
So yeah, I'd go below Bruxish, below Grimmsnarl, below Cradily.
Have you looked at Bruxish recently, Chris?
It's truly awful, but this is also truly awful. I guess this one does have its other form that's not as terrible, but
that's okay.
Yeah. The next time, Pokemon lovers, vote with your wallet. Don't buy Arceus based on this one Pokemon.
This one Pokemon that they kept very secret.
So secret.
That is like the worst gift. Like oh my god, I've almost completed the dex. I need like one more Pokemon. I've got to do this side quest. Oh, thanks for that. Like, thank God there was Arceus after that. But man, it's just disappointing.
Okay, I mean I can go above Bruxish based off of this form.
It also has commas on its turtle.
Yeah, are those trying to be like a chi or something?
I
don't know what they're going for.
Yeah, I don't think it goes much higher than Bruxish, but
it does not.
I mean, I'm fine, like right there. Yeah,
I'm fine with never looking at this Pokemon again.
That's fair. Let's put it at 906 really quick. Enamorous, maybe a combination of Enamor, Amoris, and Aeolus, ruler of the winds in Greek mythology. Yeah. All right. Get off my screen, Enamorous. Next up, we've got Appleton. Oh, God.
Hold on. This is one that's so dumb that it's fun. It's dumb.
It is. And
very dumb.
I think obviously Flapple is more fun in the dumb department. But it's a thing. I definitely caught it. I definitely caught my apple and then evolved it and was disappointed.
He's just straight up an apple pie, and I don't really understand. Like, I understand they thought like, hey, this is a dragon and it's an apple and it evolves into a dragon that's an apple pie. Let's just draw that. But I don't think they understand that this is a flesh Pokemon, and those are like giant veins coming out of its back, which is so disturbing.
But then the Mega is just a pie. Like,
Yes.
it's just a pie. Oh, it's so dumb.
Number one.
Yeah, it's a solid 6 out of 10. I had it around the like almost 700 mark. It was like sort of by your standards now, it's probably around the 690 mark. I don't know, but it's bad.
That seems appropriately low for this thing. I get feelings of anger just looking at it, because I was like, oh, cool. Like, I didn't know what it was going to look like, right? I just knew that it was like this grass dragon Pokemon. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool typing. I'm excited to get this thing on my team. And then this came out.
Yeah.
And I just put my Switch down and I walked away.
I think the concept is good, because obviously you don't really explore the concept with Paris and Parasect of like having like a parasite being inside of something else or attached to something else, like and seeing it take over. But when it takes over, it just turns into a derpasaur. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of Parasect, right there at 694.
Yeah, it's even though Parasect isn't like an amazing design, I'd put it below it.
Chris, you seem heartbroken.
I'm so heartbroken. No, I mean, I was looking at the other Apple dumbasses down here.
Oh, even better. Where are the other ones?
Why? I like Flapple.
Well, we have Flapple at 820, Gigantamax Flapple at 818, and Applin at 814.
I guess 821 then. Because I definitely think that like Flapple is slightly better than this. Like, at least it has dragon stylings, you know.
Yeah, like if someone said that's a grass dragon, I'd be like, I get it, but no. Where someone told me Appleton was a grass dragon, and I'd be like, are you sure? Are you really sure about that?
Like when you look at a Goomy, you go, that right there, that's a dragon.
Nah. You kidding me? Let's see. I wonder what the name origin could be. Okay.
A ton of apples. French.
Yeah, Professor Layton. It's so the thing I thought was actually the thing they say may also be a play on apple turnover, because it's like an apple turnover. But Appleton may be derived from Appleton, but with an O instead of a U, a toponym that means an orchard or place where apples grow. Okay, I guess. It's fine. Oh, great. Another. All right, next up, we've got Cinderace.
Whoa, Ryan, you just hate good things. Cinderace is good. No? Nobody? What's wrong with you people?
No.
It's just...
Why? Like, for some reason, there's an obsession with whoever the certain artists that love doing the fire starters. First of all, they can't get away from it being like firefighting. Yeah, even though this one's just fire, but like, it's hilarious too. Like, Incineroar was fire dark, but all its moves were like fighting moves. Like, I'm a wrestler. Like, it's like, but it's a dark move. Don't worry, guys, it's not a fighting move. But like, why do they need to anthropomorphize them so much that they're wearing pants and like socks and like a hat? It's just so dumb.
I don't know. He's the soccer player. I mean, they could have represented soccer with a different Pokemon, I guess, but I think they had to represent soccer with the region they were in, and I think this does a good job in that regard.
Score Bunny like starts out so well. You know, he's got the Band-Aid on his face like Nelly, like, you know, and it just turns into this.
We already have Gigantamax.
I like the shiny more by a good margin, actually.
What's the color?
So the red is orange and the white is gray.
Yeah, that would look nice. That would look much nicer for sure.
Yeah.
This was my only stance of why I put it so high. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I don't think it actually is an 8 out of 10. Now that I look at it even more, the more I look at it, I hate it more. But I put it at 340 at the time. Whatever position was about the 350-ish mark. I said it was better than Swampert because Swampert boring and dumb. That was the only argument I had for it. Was like, you know.
I'm down.
The 355.
I'm down with above.
We're putting it down. Is that
I'm
what
down
you
with above
say?
Swampert.
None of these.
I don't care.
All of
Swampert. Yeah. Gen 8 starters finish terribly. They start great, finish horribly.
I don't even think they start that great, to be honest.
Subble bought everyone. Like in that reveal trailer, it's like, oh, it's this nervous Pokemon that has an emo face. I love that. I think that's hilarious. Then it turns into a Super Spy, which is like that came out of left field. Okay.
And they gave him a gun.
Yeah.
And it's Gigantamax. Yeah.
I mean, I even wound up picking Thwacky. Like it was the cutest one from the release trailer. And it's the first time I ever put a starter away and never brought them back out to finish the game. Was Gen 8. I got all the way to Rillaboom and I was like, not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Not great.
Inteleon's at 379. I think Inteleon's better than this.
I'm gonna have to. Can you refresh my memory? What's Inteleon?
The final form of Sobble.
Oh right, yeah. I think Inteleon is better. Yeah, it's the best, but it's still not great. Like, yeah. So I'd do that actually, even though I hate Swampert more.
But I'm fine putting this above Wailord right there at 380.
Okay, fine.
I feel like Wailord is another example of something just slipping through the cracks, like being way too high for its own good.
It's because it's absurdly massive.
Have you ever seen,
I love it in every game.
A whale that's like a submarine. It's like,
yeah. I think I'm probably in large part responsible for that because I like any game where they actually show scale of Pokemon. Wailord is absurdly large, and it's
yeah, that is very good when it's just this enormous.
That would have been hilarious if they had that in Arceus and you have it out for the photos.
But we all wanted, give it to us, Game Freak. All right, well, let's see. Name origins for Cinderace. Do we have any guesses?
Nah, I couldn't possibly with that. That is like, I know you were talking about Professor Layton earlier. I'm not Professor Layton. I can't crack this one.
Cinderace may be a combination of Cinder and Ace. It may also involve Race, which
wow.
Cinderella Race.
Cinderella. The Japanese name is Aceburn, which feels like something you get a prescription for from your doctor.
Yeah, that sounds like like you find that in the pharmacy on the shelf.
Yeah. All right. Well, Cinderace does it for our randomly generated list of 10. Steven, of course, gets to bring a Pokemon to rank. Steven, who is your pick?
I have brought Vaporeon today because you have to tell me exactly where it's placed right now because it was in the 300s, but it's way too low for its how amazing it is. If you didn't have a water starter in Gen 1, likelihood that you use this. I know a lot of people use Gyarados, but there's at least 1 or 2 runs that you ran with the Vaporeon. Not only is it just awesome looking and the best looking evolution from Gen 1, it has, I would say, top 2 shiny version of any evolution. I'd probably say Espeon might take it with the green, but the pink is just so awesome and vibrant. I know everyone just says that Umbreon's the best one, but the shiny isn't that great. Like, it would have been better as an inversion and been white and black than with just blue little ears for Umbreon or whatever it was. So yeah, at first I pulled it all the way up to below Espeon, which was in the low 2s, but then when I saw that, I heard that Glaceon was at like 130. I feel like this should be above Glaceon. It's so good. It looks great. It's smiling at me right now. The shiny is just so top tier. And as someone that's done a lot of shiny hunting in the past, like, yeah, it's awesome. Like, never use your freaking shiny Eevee on a Jolteon and getting a spew green, like, you know, Jolteon. Like, don't do that. So yeah, that's the only reason I bump it so high. I was gonna be on the safe side and put it around where Espeon is. But I think it's time to get a bit saucy and get it up there.
Killed Ryan with your opinions.
Just had to DC.
It froze again on me.
So you said below I think Espeon's in the top 100. I'm not sure which one you were looking at. That was around 200 or 300.
I don't know. I must have seen something around 210. At the time, it was around 210. I thought I saw something that was just really good, and I was like, okay, I'll go below that. But yeah, if I just feel like if Leafeon and Glaceon are that high, I do think it needs to be above Glaceon. If someone wants to push it up to the top 100, hey, that's cool. But look, I've already got all my favorite Pokemon in the top 100 mostly, so I just needed to give some respect to this. And I do implore anyone out there that we need to fix this ridiculousness with Mimikyu being below Garbodor. I was gonna go with Mimikyu, but like I felt like this like shade was too much. Like I had to bring Vaporeon up.
I'm glad you did, Steven. I'm a big Vaporeon stan. A lot of memories with this Pokemon. Even outside, I remember having a bouncy ball with a Vaporeon in the center of it that I carried around for fucking ever when I was a little kid. Love Vaporeon. And Chris, however.
Oh.
I mean, look, I don't really like Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Flareon as actual usable Pokemon because they're stone evolutions in the early gens, and they're better than most stone evolutions because they actually get some moves after they evolve, but their move pools are still terrible, all of them. Like Vaporeon, at least you can teach it Surf, and Surf is a great move in every gen, but that's about what you get. But more importantly, Ryan, I'm going to need you to read this. I don't know if you've ever seen this. You might want to not listen because it might ruin this Pokemon.
I've seen this before. Yeah, I mean, you're so intent on it, Chris. Why don't you read it?
Sure, yeah. I'd like to remind anyone listening that this is not a kid-friendly show. Your kids should not listen to the remainder of this episode. Hey guys, did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3 feet and 3 inches tall and 63.9 pounds. Pedophilia shit there, bud, but okay. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks, and with their impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one. Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet. So wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore. They can also learn the moves Attract, Baby Doll Eyes, Captivate, Charm, and Tail Whip, along with not having fur to hide nipples, so it'd be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood. With their abilities Water Absorb and Hydration, you can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other Pokemon comes close to this level of compatibility. Also, fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your Vaporeon turn white. Vaporeon is literally built for human dick. Ungodly defense stat plus high HP pool plus acid armor means it can take cock all day, all shapes and sizes, and still come for more.
Are you proud of yourself?
I really hope you are proud of yourself with that one.
It's
I
awful.
would just,
It's true.
I would use my defense as like, where is Gardevoir ranked? And like, we need, like, there's, like, so you can't put it anywhere below, like, you know, Gardevoir, because there's I'm sure there's like 14 full, like 300-page novels about Gardevoir fanfic. So, yeah, that's disturbing for sure.
It is disturbing.
But there's nothing, literally, there's nothing sexual about this Pokemon. But its game with the plush market, it's a top tier pick for a plushie. Like, you see it in the back of cars, or like it's very high up there. Like, I'd say you could see it in 1 out of 10 like Pokemon fan cars in their plushie spot.
Sure. This only has anything to do with sexuality because Rule 34 and internet. All right. If it exists.
Did you not listen to all of the reasons why it is clearly a very sexual Pokemon, including the fact that it is the size of a child, which is very disgusting for them to even include that? It's 3'3".
It's an argument made on 4chan.
Yes, but it made the rounds around the internet, and it is disturbing, and it ruined the Pokemon for me.
Wow.
But I get it.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's bad, but it is still my, I don't know, third favorite evolution, second best shiny. I think it gets good props there.
Yeah, it's a top tier evolution for me. I remember going through this the first time we ranked Vaporeon. And yeah, I adore this Pokemon. I'd be happy putting it up with man, why did we put Glaceon above Jolteon?
Yeah, that's also a bad move. Like, because no offense to Glaceon, kind of cool looking, but who uses it?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't use a Glaceon, but I also never used a Jolteon. Just stone evolutions in general, I don't tend to use.
You don't like Pin Missile? Yeah.
No. No, I don't. Yeah, I think the one you were probably looking at originally is Flareon. Flareon's at 225, and you said you were looking in like the 200 range, but then you realized Glaceon and everything is higher.
Yeah, no, it's definitely above Flareon, but yeah, that's my argument for putting it that high. I'm not going to crack into the top 100, you know, but yeah. What's the lockout at the moment on the 100?
Victini. We had no change on the 100 bouncer this episode.
I feel like mythicals. That feels high. I mean, like, it's a cute thing, but that's, yeah. I just don't rate mythicals, I guess.
Fair. They've got their own like list to be a part of. Right below that's Pidgeot, so it's still.
Yeah.
Man. Because I could easily put this above Glaceon, but Jolteon, I keep staring at.
I don't know. I'm not going to be any help because I would not move it.
It's taking your poison one way or the other. It's either you put it below Glaceon and snub it by putting it,
Yeah.
And like, that's the thing with the Jolteon. It's like the Jolteon has just the worst shiny. So bad.
Yeah, and as far as small four-legged electric mammals go, we've got so many better options now. Yamper, Boltund. Really, Yamper and Boltund.
Yeah.
I'm down for right above Glaceon, below Sneasel. That feels good for me for Vaporeon.
Yeah, Sneasel's probably a little bit too good.
We're above Chandelure here, Ryan.
I could put anything above Chandelure. I don't care if it's competitively viable. It sucks.
How How dare you? First of all, Steven.
Again, that's just the Gen 5 thing. Oh, what should our you know, like how like people like Magnemite and then there's like more of them and then it's Magneton. What should we do? Oh, like what about Gears? Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
But this is a candle that becomes a lamp, that becomes a hanging ghostly chandelier that lights people on fire. It's fantastic. It's like a top 10 Pokemon for me. Where is Chandelier? Where are you?
It's wild that it made Pokken. I was confused. I was so confused that it made Pokken. I'm like, what is going on?
Chandelure is 142.
142. I'm fine with that. I'm okay.
With going below Chandelure now?
No, with going above Glaceon still. I'm okay with it.
You guys are insane. You're putting this above 4 other Eons? This is far and away the worst of them, but okay.
Nah, for me it's like...
Maybe Sylveon's worse.
For me it's like Espeon, Jolteon, Vaporeon. Top 3.
I'd go Espeon, maybe. I'd probably put this 2, actually. I'd put Umbreon 3rd, yeah.
And Chris is just throw it away. Not even a Pokemon. All right, Vaporeon, a new 135, up like 250 spots.
Hell yeah.
Looking and feeling great. Oh, guess what the name origins are, guys?
Vaping with Aaron.
That's right. Yep. We don't even need to read it. You got it. Vapor and Eon, immeasurably, that's the end of all the EVs, but of course, Vapor. That makes perfect sense. All right. That does it for our 11 Pokemon tonight. Steven, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thanks for having me. That was a blast.
Oh, absolute blast. I'm so glad we could make it work. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Well, I'm on a small holiday, but check out GGD. We have the Great Game Debate on Twitter and on YouTube. We do debate podcasts where we just choose a stupid topic, like, who's the best sidekick, what's the, best horror game, different things like that. We keep it nice and succinct with like sort of 2-minute rounds, and it's a lot of fun. So check that out. Great Game Debate it's an amazing podcast. So that's pretty much what I'd plug.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Great group of guys. I've been on a few times. You guys always have fun guests too. It's a good show.
Sure.
I enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Chris, anything to plug?
Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, the subscribe button's right below. It's not very hard to find. It's actually really easy. Right there-ish. I don't know. I actually don't know. It's actually really hard. I'm sorry for lying to you. Yeah, and if you are listening to the podcast version, we will have a link to the YouTube channel in the description.
Yeah, and stop by our Twitch streams. I may start streaming map creation in this new VTT I found recently. It'll be a great way to help me focus on doing that one thing, and people can help me as I create towns for the D&D campaign we'll be starting soon. Very excited for that. We'll be streaming that on Saturdays at our Twitch channel. More content. I told you the Twitch channel wasn't dead. I've been screaming it for weeks, everybody. You didn't want to believe me, but I wasn't lying. Thank you, everybody, for joining us as we continue finalizing the most important decisions of our lives. We hope you are well until we reconvene in 2 weeks. And remember, gotta rank them all.
Gotta rank 'em all, Pokemon.